Toronto Maple Leafs star Mitch Marner was recently the subject of a significant update that revealed a near trade that could have changed his future with the team. With free agency underway, shocking details have emerged about the possibility of Marner being traded, which has fans and analysts on alert. The complexity of the situation reflects the delicate balance between keeping a talented player and exploring options that could strengthen the team in other areas. Rumors indicate that Ryan O'Reilly of the Nashville Predators played a crucial role in this near trade. O'Reilly lobbied intensely for the Predators to make an offer for Marner, demonstrating the high regard the player is held in the league. However, negotiations have not progressed far enough to complete the exchange, leaving Marner in Toronto for now. This interest from the Predators highlights Marner's valued position and the opportunities that arise when a player of his stature is potentially available. The Toronto Maple Leafs strategy regarding Marner appears to be twofold. While they are considering a trade, they are also exploring the possibility of extending his contract. This dilemma reflects the complexity of managing a talent like Marner, who is fundamental to the team but also represents a significant negotiation opportunity. The decision to keep or trade him could shape the team's future, both in the short and long term. Despite persistent trade rumors, Marner is preparing for next season with the Leafs. This commitment to training and preparation suggests he could start the season with Toronto, even with the uncertainty surrounding his future. Marner's preparation indicates professionalism and dedication, showing that he is ready to contribute regardless of the speculation surrounding him. This also gives the Leafs leeway to consider their options while the player remains focused on performance. Trading Marner during the season is seen as an almost impossible task. The complexity of a mid-season trade, especially involving a player of his caliber, presents significant challenges. Any potential trade will likely occur next season or involve a sign-and-trade, providing more control and flexibility for both parties. This scenario adds an additional layer of uncertainty to Marner's future, but also provides a window of opportunity for strategic negotiations. The Maple Leafs have made significant moves to strengthen their defense and scoring, but Marner's situation presents additional complexity. With salary cap constraints and first-team dynamics in play, managing Marner's future requires a careful and strategic approach. The Leafs need to balance the need to maintain a powerful offense with the reality of their financial limitations and the quest for solid defensive performance. Resolving this dilemma will be crucial in determining the team's success in the coming seasons. The Predators' interest in Marner underscores the player's appeal across the NHL. Ryan O'Reilly's push to bring Marner to Nashville shows the respect and admiration he has among his peers. However, the lack of progress in negotiations suggests the Leafs still see significant value in keeping Marner, at least for now. This decision reflects the importance of balancing short and long-term interests when managing a star player. Marner's preparation for next season is a positive sign for the Leafs and their fans. Despite the uncertainty surrounding his future, he remains focused on being ready to compete. This commitment to excellence demonstrates your dedication to the team and the sport, regardless of what the future may bring. Marner's willingness to prepare and train hard sends a clear message of his intention to perform at his best, whether in Toronto or elsewhere. Salary cap restrictions add a layer of complexity to Marner's situation. With the Leafs already close to the limit, any move involving Marner must be carefully planned so as not to unbalance the team's financial structure. The need to maintain a healthy financial balance while strengthening the team in other areas is a constant challenge for Leafs management. This balance is crucial to ensuring the team remains competitive in the long term. The Leafs' defensive performance has been an area of significant focus in recent seasons. Moves to strengthen defense and goal scoring show a commitment to addressing this critical need. However, Marner's situation adds a new dimension to these considerations, as any potential trade must balance the need for offensive talent with defensive demands. Finding this balance will be essential to the team's long-term strategy. The pressure to trade high-profile players like Marner is intense, especially in a market like Toronto. Fan expectations and media coverage add an additional layer of scrutiny to team decisions. Leafs management must carefully navigate these pressures while making decisions that benefit the team in the long run. Transparency and clear communication with fans will be crucial to maintaining support and trust during this process. Marner's market value is significant, and any potential trade should reflect that. The ability to get a substantial return on a trade is an important factor in team decisions. However, the risk of losing a talent like Marner must also be carefully considered. The decision to keep or trade Marner will have far-reaching ramifications for the team's structure and performance. Discussions regarding a possible contract extension for Marner indicate that the Leafs are exploring all options. Keeping Marner on the team long-term can provide stability and continuity, but must also be balanced with the need for financial and strategic flexibility. The decision to seek an extension or explore other options will be a critical test of management's ability to make balanced and informed decisions. The dynamics of the Leafs' first team are constantly evolving. The onboarding of new players and the departure of others creates a changing landscape that must be managed carefully. Marner's situation is an example of how the team must balance retaining top-notch talent with the need to adapt and evolve. The ability to manage these transitions will be crucial to the team's continued success. Marner's role in the team is undeniable, but his situation also highlights the importance of a balanced approach to team building. The ability to make strategic moves that benefit the team in the long term without compromising immediate performance is a constant challenge. Marner's situation is an example of how the team must navigate these complex decisions. Financial constraints are a constant consideration for any NHL team, and the Leafs are no exception. The need to balance talent, performance, and financial constraints is a constant challenge for team management. Marner's situation is an example of how these considerations intersect and must be managed carefully. The window of opportunity to make significant moves is limited, and Marner's situation highlights the importance of acting strategically. The ability to make moves at the right time to maximize value and performance is crucial. Marner's situation is an example of how the team must be proactive and strategic in its decisions. Preparing for next season is a critical time for any team, and Marner's situation adds a new layer of complexity to that process. The ability to balance preparation and uncertainty is a test of the team's resilience and strategic planning. Marner's situation is an example of how the team must be ready for all eventualities as it prepares to compete. The role of veteran players and their influence on trade negotiations is an important factor to consider. Ryan O'Reilly's support of the Marner trade highlights how players can influence team decisions. Marner's situation is an example of how the team must balance these influences with its own strategies and goals. The ability to manage high-level talent while seeking to strengthen other areas of the team is a constant challenge. Marner's situation is an example of how the team must balance these competing needs. The ability to make strategic decisions that benefit the team in the long term is crucial to continued success. Fan and media expectations add an additional layer of pressure to team decisions. The need to balance these expectations with the realities of performance and financial constraints is a constant challenge. Marner's situation is an example of how the team must navigate these pressures while making strategic decisions. The need for a balanced approach to team building is highlighted by Marner's situation. The ability to retain top-level talent while seeking to strengthen other areas of the team is crucial to long-term success. Marner's situation is an example of how the team must balance these competing needs. Preparing for next season is a critical time for any team, and Marner's situation adds a new layer of complexity to that process. The ability to balance preparation and uncertainty is a test of the team's resilience and strategic planning. Marner's situation is an example of how the team must be ready for all eventualities as it prepares to compete. The role of veteran players and their influence on trade negotiations is an important factor to consider. Ryan O'Reilly's support of the Marner trade highlights how players can influence team decisions. Marner's situation is an example of how the team must balance these influences.